Hey guys! So I wanted to make a video on some of the healthy stuff that I eat on a daily basis. I know I said that I was going to make this video a couple weeks ago when I made my last video, and sorry for being MIA for a little while. I got really sick last week. I had like this flu thing, so I was trying to, deal with that, and then I was really busy last weekend. I had a Christian convention, and then before that I just had some financial stuff going on. So I am back and I'm making the video that I told you I was going to make, and I'm drinking my green tea, trying to stay healthy and not get sick again, because getting sick was just horrible, and I think it was just all the stress and everything put together, and then being around a bunch of people, because there was like almost 5,000 people at the convention, so it's pretty crazy. But so I'm gonna start with breakfast, because of course you start your day with breakfast. I always try to have oatmeal, always. Sometimes I do change it up because I do get sick of having oatmeal every single day, but I always try to have oatmeal as many times during the week as possible. This is just a brand that I got from Walmart. It's the Quick Oats. I typically like the old-fashioned oats because it's kind of more of a meatier, kind of grainy texture. This can be kind of a little bit more gooier, but I still will, eat this, and I'll try to make it so it's not as gooey by adding, less water or whatnot, but it all depends on how you like to eat it. Some people like to add fruit. I'm not a huge fan of it, but if you like that, I think that, it's more nutrients, so go ahead and add what you like. I usually like to add just a little bit of brown sugar, not a lot. You don't want to make it like a dessert, so just a little bit of brown sugar, and then I, eat it. Sometimes I add just a smidge of milk, not a lot, but just a little bit of milk. So on the days that I don't feel like having oatmeal, I usually change it up with having cream of wheat, or this is the store brand, so it's creamy wheat, but this is kind of more like on the lines of baby food, kind of, even though you can't really feed this to a baby. It actually has a warning, but it's very creamy, like it says. It doesn't have as much nutrients as oatmeal does, because it only has 1 gram, and I think the oatmeal has 4 grams or more. It only is 1 gram less for protein, so that's good. Oatmeal has 5 and this has 4, so that's not bad. And you want to get a good amount of protein in the morning because it helps start your day. It helps boost your metabolism, as well as fiber, because that's going to help you digest your food and be able to break things down during the day. So it also helps with bloating as well, as long as you get a good enough fiber in your diet in the morning. So I will change it up with this. It says to make this with water, but I kind of do half and half. I'll add a little bit of milk and a little bit of water. And then for sweetener, because it is very bland, I mean, you could possibly eat oatmeal plain because it does kind of have a little bit more of a flavor, but this has like barely any flavor. So I do add a little bit of some sort of honey or molasses or brown sugar, depending on, what I feel like adding with it. Another thing I don't mind kind of changing it up is having like a whole grain, like a whole grain bread. I will have a slice or two of this with some peanut butter. And I don't put a lot on, especially this one, because it's supposed to be the Walmart natural brand, so it's a little bit more like oily, but I think it tastes really good. But I just add a little bit of that on a slice or two of this, and I call it good. It actually is really good to have a little bit of peanut butter every single day, because if you have skin problems or acne, it actually is really good to eat peanut butter every day because of the vitamin A. It helps to clear your face. So just a little tip. And I think that's pretty much it for breakfast. Actually, no. Once in a blue moon, if I am in a rush, I normally like to eat this for like a lunch or like a not typically replace a meal, but I will kind of have it for like a little bit of a snack or something just to get more nutrients. But if I'm in a rush and I need something that's going to sustain me through the day, I will use this. This is a Carnation Breakfast Essentials. And this has a ton of protein, calcium, vitamin D and C, you know, everything that you would need for your day. So if you're the type of person that, you know, is on the go all the time, add a little bit of this with, you know, a little bit of milk, and then grab, you know, some fruit or whatnot, because that, you know, is a good healthy thing. Another good thing as far as like cooking, it's actually good to use coconut oil. This is just the organic coconut oil by Spectrum. You can get this at Walmart for like, what was it, like $6, I think. I'm not sure. It was between $9 and $5, so around there. But it's really good to use this in your cooking, especially if you have a hard time breaking down other oils like vegetable oil or peanut oils or anything like that. Olive oil is very good to use. So if you use olive oil, you know, don't worry about it. But you typically can use this for baking, like substitute your butter or other oils that you might use. And I really, really like this because coconut oil has not only a ton of nutrients to kind of help you kind of digest food. It's very good oil to, because it doesn't just stick to your intestines like a lot of other oils. It passes through your intestines and you actually digest it. Some oils you don't digest very well and it ends up sticking in your intestines and staying there, and that's where you get stomach aches and a lot of intestinal trouble. So coconut oil is very, very good if you have stomach trouble like I do. It seems like some days are good and some days are bad, so I always just try to keep it with stuff like this that is going to, you know, be very good for your intestines and not coat them and all that craziness. A kind of a snack that I like to eat once in a blue moon that's actually really good for you. I know some people would think that it's just, you know, kind of plain, so it's not really, you know, much nutrients, but it is corn. So this is popcorn that you can get, you know, pretty much anywhere, but I got mine at Walmart. And it's actually a lot better to do it this way and pop it yourself, to use your own oils like coconut oil, instead of getting the microwave bags, because the microwave bags has tons of chemicals and unnecessary oils and butter that you don't want on your popcorn, especially if you're trying to be healthy. It's really, really healthy this actually has 5 grams of dietary fiber. One thing I want to mention with fiber, especially if you have stomach trouble or in just general, you want to make sure that you get more dietary fiber than soluble fiber or insoluble fiber. If you have, you know, trouble with your stomach getting bloated or whatnot from different things you eat, or even if you have like beans or whatnot, regular beans have more soluble fiber than dietary fiber, so it's best to stick with stuff like black beans, which I do like a lot because it has 14 grams of dietary fiber. So it's good to stick with stuff like that. red kidney beans are pretty good. They do have a little bit of kind of a mix of soluble and dietary, but I think that as long as you have a good amount of dietary in there, usually I don't have a problem with it. But it's always good to make sure that you look for more dietary than soluble. Insoluble is not so bad. It's kind of one of those, like, you might have a problem with it, but you might not. But it's really good for the dietary one, because it's going to digest better than the soluble one. The soluble one doesn't really digest that well. So just kind of a tip if you never knew or never really thought about it. It's just kind of a tip to learn if you have stomach trouble. I know that I really need to know that. So another kind of really good thing to know, if you like salads, don't go for the iceberg lettuce, because iceberg lettuce has pretty much no nutrients. It might have a little, but your best bet is to go for romaine lettuce. And this is just a kind that I got, at Walmart. It's just your green giant. And this has probably more nutrients than a lot of things put together. So you can actually look it up, and they actually have a list of all the vitamins and everything, and you get a good daily amount of water, because you're supposed to get 8 glasses of 8 ounces each day. But of course you can't always drink that much. It just is an excessive amount to keep track of and try to get into your diet each day. So it's good to kind of eat your water. Find things like this, which is a good source, as long as you get the right amount of what the daily or the serving size is, because that will be an amount of your daily water. It's really good to keep in mind of stuff like that, so that way you don't have to force yourself to drink that much water. Another good thing to get some water in your diet is some carrots. This is just from an Asian market that we go to, but of course you can get carrots pretty much anywhere, any grocery store. But it's good to keep carrots around, because carrots are really good for you. They have tons of vitamins for your eyes and for your skin. It also has, like I said, a good amount of water in it for your daily intake. And not only carrots and lettuce is good for you, those are just examples, but garlic is amazing for you. If you can have garlic raw, that's even better. It's great for allergies, it's great for your skin. It's just an overall really great remedy if you're sick. I usually tend to eat lots of garlic when I'm sick, and I usually end up getting better a lot faster than if I just don't do any of that. Another thing is ginger. Ginger is amazing for you, not only on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, but also when you're sick. That helps you get better. It helps with bloating and intestinal pain. Another good thing is onions. Onions are amazing for you, so if you can eat them raw as well, that's really good in salads. But also cooking them in whatever you make. Try not to cook them down so they're hardly anything or burnt, because then you just kind of cooked all the nutrients out. But it's good to kind of cook them slightly, and